It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. To see what is right and not do it is one of courage. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Study the past if you would define the future. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. The faults of a superior person are like the sun and moon. They have their faults, and everyone sees them. They change, and everyone looks up to them. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. The expectation of life depends upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Looking at small advantages prevents great affairs from being accomplished. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. He who will not economize will have to agonize. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it. This is knowledge. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Old age, believe me, is a good and pleasant thing. It is true you are gently shouldered off the stage, but then you are given such a comfortable front stall as spectator. The superior man acts before he speaks, and afterwards speaks according to his action. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. If I am walking with two other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place, and all the stars turn towards it. The object of the superior man is truth. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. If we don't know life, how can we know death? Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. To practice 5 things under all circumstances constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. Go before the people with your example, and be laborious in their affairs. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. When the wind blows, the grass bends. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. Death and life have their determined appointments. Riches and honors depend upon heaven. Heaven means to be one with God. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence is never worried. The man of courage is never afraid. He with whom neither slander that gradually soaks into the mind, nor statements that startle like a wound in the flesh, are successful may be called intelligent indeed. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. Have no friends not equal to yourself. A man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. The determined scholar and the man of virtue will not seek to live at the expense of injuring their virtue. They will even sacrifice their lives to preserve their virtue complete. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. The cautious seldom err. Recompense injury with justice, and recompense kindness with kindness. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. If in terms of 10 years, plant trees. If in terms of 100 years, teach the people. With coarse rice to eat, with water to drink and my bended arm for a pillow, I have still joy in the midst of these things. The noble-minded are calm and steady. Little people are forever fussing and fretting. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. The commander of the forces of a large state may be carried off, but the will of even a common man cannot be taken from him. He who merely knows right principles is not equal to him who loves them. To lead uninstructed people to war is to throw them away. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. When prosperity comes, do not use all of it. A youth when at home should be filial, and abroad respectful to his elders. The superior man is satisfied and composed. The mean man is always full of distress. An oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. The wise are free from perplexities, the virtuous from anxiety, and the bold from fear. Love truth but pardon error. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do you know that his future will not be equal to our present? Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. To be able under all circumstances to practice 5 things constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 things are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness.